Here we are. Oh, we got people joining now. Here we are. Full layout. Oh, hello there, Griffin. Let me just pull the engine up here. Hello there. Yeah, I can get a shot of the entire layout. Alright. I'll do a quick overview of the layout. Here's the whole layout in one go. It's just a 4x6 layout. That is pretty fun. Right now I'm on a bit of a Rio Grande spur. So I've been running mostly Durango and Silverton and Rio Grande stuff lately. I've been thinking of taking this Spectrum Southern 260, or 460, sorry, and turning it into Rio Grande Southern 20. Even though it's standard gauge, it wouldn't be exactly correct, but I think that'd be really fun to do. Yeah, Rio Grande is fun. It's a shame they don't have a lot of it for that's ready to roll in HO3 or HO30. Blackstone had a bunch of stuff, but they don't produce anything anymore, sadly. But no, I'm thinking of turning this into Rio Grande Southern 20. It's a pretty neat little engine, even though it's not the proper gauge. Then over here we have... Oh, looks like a bunch of people are joining now. Hello there, Chessie and Christian. Over here we have my... This is kind of my pride and joy next to Sierra number 3. This Bachmann 260 that I kit bashed a bit. New headlamp, new whistle, new stack, new lettering, weathered. You might get number 3 running. If anyone wants to see Sierra 3 running, I can get that on the line tonight running as well. How did I have you set up? Right here, I think. This is pretty close. Right here. There we go. But for now, I'm going to run this Spectrum 460 because I don't run this engine very often. Hello there, James. Thank you, Chessie. Those Alcos make for really good kit bashing. Those Bachmann ones, those 260s. You can still find some of them for a pretty decent price on eBay with the basic sound value. But from what I understand, they've discontinued making the Bachmann Alco 260. So I'm not sure how cheap they will remain in the future because of that. But they are very nice models. They make for very nice kit bashing projects as well. This one that's right here came with the Echo Valley Express set. So that came with DCC sound. and they actually upgraded those to economize sound, so they sound better than the old sets used to, which just had basic sound value. I might hook up all my Durango and Silverton cars in a bit here and run a double header with both of my Elko 260s that I own. Hello there, Southern Rail fan. I haven't been checking my chat feed here. I have to check out the chat real quick. Yeah, I like the Southern Railroad. I just don't have much equipment for it. I think that 460 and this 260 used to be the Echo Valley locomotive, which was Southern. Those are the two Southern locomotives I've only ever owned. Pennsylvania K4. That's a pretty sweet engine. Who made the K4? Kit bashed East 7 passenger coach. Yeah, you can get pretty good deals on those 260s. You just got to know where to look, especially at train shows. Colorado and Southern and Denver and Rio Grande. Yeah, I've been getting into the Rio Grande a lot lately just because of that trip to Durango. I've been buying a bunch of it, and I've been selling a bunch of my Eastern railroads, like the B&O. I sold my B&O 280 today, and I've been selling a bunch of my other Eastern railroads lately, and I've been mostly buying Rio Grande and Santa Fe stuff lately. And, of course, Sierra Railway. I have a ton of Sierra Railway stuff that I've been working on as well. K4 is a Bowser kit. I've bought some stuff from Bowser. They seem to be a pretty good company. Or at least, I don't know if they're still in business, but they were, if they're not anymore, a good company. I've never seen the largest steam train. I've never seen the largest one, which I'm assuming is the Big Boy. I haven't seen that locomotive in person yet. The largest steam locomotive I've ever seen was in, I think, was it called Galesburg or something? And it was in Illinois, and it was like a 410 or something. It was just this massive locomotive that they have parked at this station next to the Amtrak stop. Yeah, these Spectrum locomotives are pretty close to the F-14s that the Southern had. With minor work, you could get them to look like that. I personally won't, though. I think what I'm going to do is turn it into, Rio Grande Southern number 20 is what I would like to do with this 460. Not going to be properly accurate because of the gauge of the track. It won't be narrow gauge, but I already have a bunch of narrow gauge railroad equipment, and that's an HO scale, HO gauge. So what difference will it make at this point? I'm not a big rivet counter anyway. The C&O liveries are really nice. I saw the Bachmann version of the C&O livery for the 460, and it was pretty cute. Little engine. I like the, what was it? It was like a bluish gray boiler on that locomotive. It was a pretty cool engine. Which was the largest locomotive? The largest I've seen was probably that 410 or whatever it was. I would like to see the Big Boy running at some point, but I likely won't for quite a while, though, because I'm not in the area where they run the Big Boy through. 844 is pretty sweet, too. It was a 464? Okay. For some reason I thought it was larger. A larger locomotive. I saw another one before Galesburg. I don't know what it was. It was another Burlington locomotive. It might have been like a decapod, like a 210 or something. I know it was a large engine because it had more than 6 drive wheels on it. I just don't remember where I saw it or what it was. I don't think I even got a picture of it because the train was going by too quickly and I didn't have time to get my phone out and take a picture of the locomotive while we went by. Hello there, Strasburg. I don't have any HO scale narrow gauge, sadly. No HO scale narrow gauge. I wanted to build a new layout with HO3 dual gauge track, but it's just prohibitively expensive. I can't do it. So for the foreseeable future, there will be no HO narrow gauge. I'll just have a bunch of narrow gauge stuff lettered on standard gauge engines and rolling stock, because that's all I can afford. Oh, and hello there, Leviathan. Leviathan, what was I going to say? I was going to... God, I forgot. I had it and I forgot. I had something I was going to say about the Red Dead locomotives I've seen you working on. I know you have what? You have the 440 and the 460. I think you have one of the... You like rebuilt the 280 to look like one of the mining engines. Oh, I was going to ask if you saw the Bachmann's... their new tooling. They have the Thatcher Perkins coming out. I don't know if it's going to be this year or next year, but they're going to have a very close locomotive to the Red Dead engine, since that's based on the Perkins. Mighty tempting. I'm not in N scale anymore, else I would buy it, but it is mighty tempting to get back into it just for that locomotive alone. It's a very nice looking engine, but very, very expensive. Southern Rail fan. I'll have to look real quick. I didn't see any comments from you. Yeah, the 460 does look like the F-14 class. It could be rebuilt into that. Wouldn't take too much work. I've seen those engines before. And I think I saw, what, the F-11 class, too, which is very close to the Spectrum 460 as well. It's coming east. Yeah, I thought I heard they were doing like a 250th celebration run for the big boy all the way out east, but I'm still not going to be in anywhere remotely close to where they're going to be running the train. And in the summertime, I don't have time to do anything like that, to travel and see that. I only have like winters to do that kind of thing. The S1 was a pretty big engine. I don't know. I wonder if the triplex was larger than the S1. The triplex was a massive engine too, and it was a humongous failure from what I remember. Absolutely worthless. Yeah, 3D printing is the future of this hobby. Or T1s. I didn't even notice he said S1 over T1. I saw the T1 Trust is doing pretty well. I think they're machining the wheels for it right now, for the T1. What was the class of the turbines that the Pennsy had? Does anyone remember what those turbines were called? They were like 4.8. I don't even know what they were, or 6 somethings. It was weird. Those Pennsy turbines. Yes, this channel has grown quite a bit, and I will be doing that giveaway. Well, it's not a giveaway anymore. I can't call it a giveaway. I misspoke. The whole eBay, I'm going to list it very cheaply on eBay, and then I'm going to put a time up for when it's going to be listed on my channel some point this week. And then it's going to be a first come, first serve. Whoever gets to it and is able to buy the locomotive first gets the locomotive. It's going to be the K4 and the matching 3 coaches with it. Yes, the Cornwall private train I'm planning to replicate at some point. I'm probably going to custom do those cars. I need to figure out how to use an airbrush or use those Tamiya spray can paints, because I'm not doing the I'm not air or hand painting anything anymore. I might actually do a whole new boiler for the Red Dead locomotive, because the paint just looks horrible on it right now, and I got to repaint the entire 460 because of it. That would make sense about the triplexes. Those Lionel triplexes are really sweet. I always wanted one of those, even though I'd have absolutely no room for them. 3. Yeah, it's kind of sad that they just took the Leviathan and redid it as the 331. But, it'd be insanely expensive to build another 440 locomotive, 1-to-1 scale like that. But at the end of the day, though, I mean, at least they have something close to the Lincoln funeral train to represent it now. I actually think that William Mason pulled it at one point. It was either that or the inauguration train. The William Mason pulled Lincoln around. Oh, I'll show the K4. I don't think it has a Keystone number board on it. Does it? No, it has a round number plate on it. It just has a basic round number plate. It doesn't have the Keystone on the front. I can't really angle it because of the river in the way. Here we go. You can't even really see with the lighting. There's the K4. I'll make a post about whenever it's going to get uploaded. I'm going to have it uploaded onto eBay at a specific time, and then, first come, first serve. Someone will get the engine really cheap in the cars. Just because the logistics of doing a giveaway was becoming a nightmare. Which reminds me, I need to test run that K4 one more time before I list it to make sure it's still running smooth like it was last time. The Maroon President's Class Durango and Silverton coaches. Those are all add-ons. Oops. The power cut off. Those were all add-ons. They had 2 of them in Durango at the station, and then I bought the 3rd one from Train World. And then if anyone wants to see the heavyweight coaches that go with that K4. Here's an observation car that's going to go with that K4. These came with a train set called the Broadway Limited by Bachman. Hello there, James, from St. Louis. What's this? This is Combine. It doesn't want to focus. And then here's just a regular coach. It'll come with these 3 cars. I think we're going to run the Mogul after this. I'm going to put this on the siding real quick. New York Central. Oh, you got quite the history collection there, Strasburg. Didn't you say you bought a lantern the last time you were in a stream? Hopefully he gets to it quickly then, Chessie, because I'll put a post. I'll post about a specific time. It's probably going to be on like a weekend, so more people have the opportunity to get to the engine. I'm going to probably do it. I'll put a post up for a certain time later that day for one, or sometime this week. I'll put up a post about a specific time on Saturdays when I'm going to post the engine, and whoever gets to it first and can pay for it first gets the model, obviously, because they're the one that got to it first. But that's the closest I can do to the originally planned giveaway, which just isn't happening because it's turning out to be a nightmare to plan that and have it all work properly. So probably Saturday, Griffin. That's probably when it's going to get put up. So plenty of people have the opportunity to try and get the locomotive. Yeah, the Lehigh Valley Lantern. I remember you mentioning that. Yeah, N scale's pretty small. It's still not the smallest scale, though. What's smaller? Z scale and T scale both make N scale look like nothing. It's just crazy how small Z scale and T scale are. I'm going to try and get... I'm going to take the Mogul off the siding now. Where's the Mogul? There we go. It's nice seeing you, James. Hope you have a good evening. I've seen somebody take his T or Z scale and put it on a hat and like wear it around at a train show. I forgot what scale it was, but it was absolutely hilarious and amazing at the same time. Hello there. I don't know how should I say S Carlos, or would you rather just me say Carlos? So I can do either one. Oh, we're going the wrong way. These engines, Griffin, come with DCC sound already installed. I've never installed any of the sound in any of my current engines. They all came like that. Did a car derail? We may have just had a derailment. Well, I better check on that and make sure we didn't have any derailments. Oopsies. Nope, there was no derailment. Oh my god, I do not miss school at all. Oh my god, the public school I went to was an absolute nightmare. Just zoo. It was just a zoo. Nice seeing you, Southern. Hope you have a good evening. Chessie, there actually is something like that. They have scented smoke oils for model trains. I actually have one right here. I'll show you it. I bought this for my MTH 440, the Wanderer, but it's a scented smoke. It smells like orange, so it doesn't just smell like chemicals like usual. But this company here, JT's Mega Steam, has all sorts of scents, and they have, I think, like coal burner smells. They have like oil burner locomotive smells. They have all sorts of smells. They have like cookies. They have, I bought orange. I like orange best. They have like lemon. They have like ocean shore. They have linen smells. They have like everything. I have not seen the 2102 steam locomotive. Honestly, you don't really smell the scents on the locomotives. Like, I don't know why, but I didn't really smell the orange at all on the. It just still kind of smelled like chemicals to me. I'm gonna try and back up this engine onto the siding now. All right, old gal, get going. It's called, I think, JT's Mega Steam is what it's called. This stuff. JT's Mega Steam. You can get it on, I think, like eBay. I think you can get it on Amazon. You can probably get it on Train World. Oh, some of those Broadway engines throw smoke like crazy. I could see why they banned that. I was talking to someone who said they were at a show where they banned Lionel trains from running their smoke because it was too bad. Because it would be like a giant thick cloud of smoke as soon as you enter the convention center building, and it was just like impossible to breathe with all that smoke. All right, we got the 460 on the siding now. How do I... All right. All right, here comes the Elko 260. All right, I'm going to sit down and read the chat now. Yeah, some engines, I think you can control the smoke output on those models. You can control it so you don't get smoked out of the room, because that 440 that I got from MTH, that thing smokes you right out of the room within seconds. It has crazy smoke output at default. There's actually some N-scale locomotives there, Arden, that actually have smoke. I think they have a, what is it? I think it's the Reading. I forget how to properly pronounce that line, but it's their, I think they're 484. I forgot the number of it. It's a pretty popular locomotive. But they have a 484 that actually smokes. And I think there's a few big boys and maybe 844 models in N-scale that actually smoke too. And I know that they're going to have an N-scale BLI 280, their HO scale versions now coming to N-scale with smoke as well at some point. I actually have more cars I can put onto that consist, but these Bachmann 260s don't have very good pulling power. I think mine's only been able to pull 6 to 7 cars at most without slipping. Once you put on 8 or more cars, the engine starts wheel slipping really bad unless you put some sort of tractive effort stuff on it, like, what's that stuff called? Bullfrog snot or something? Oh, I was thinking about that. I wanted to go the Georgetown Loop really bad. I wanted to see that that 280 they have there, number 111, which is a really cool engine. I don't think they're operating at the time I was there, though. It was only Durango and Silverton was running at the time. I don't even think the museum was open while I was there either. In what was it? It's like a little bit north. The Colorado Railroad Museum is a bit north of Denver, but I don't think they were open while I was there that weekend, or that week, I mean. Oh, you got to be careful with those smoke units and those engines. Those can, like, if the engine's made out of plastic, it can melt right through the plastic and start a fire. You definitely got to keep those, keep an eye on those smoke unit locomotives there. East Broad Top would be nice to visit. I want to visit East Broad Top and Strasburg at one point. I also, so if I have like a bucket list of railroads, I want to visit Strasburg, East Broad Top. Next up is Cumbres and Toltec. I'm already planning to go back to Colorado, and that time I'm going to go to the Cumbres and Toltec. Sierra Railway, Railtown 1897 is a must. Grand Canyon Railway I want to visit. Steam Railroading Institute with Pierre Marquette 1225 I want to visit. Illinois, was it the Illinois Railroad Museum I want to visit. And what's it called? Black Hills Central up in one of the Dakotas. They have that 1880 train that I want to ride as well. And those will all be really cool. Oh, yep, the Reading Blue Mountain Northern, or Reading Blue Mountain Northern. Well, that's pretty cool. Pennsylvania Railroad went right through the town I live in. Nickel Plate and NYC, those are both pretty cool railroads. Bachman has a new Grand Canyon Railroad set coming out. I'm gonna have to buy that one. I've been selling a bunch of models. I'm already planning to replace the models I bought with new ones because I just have horrible impulse control. Athearn has new 280s coming out. I'm gonna I actually pre-ordered one already off Train World, the Rio Grande 683. Those are due in next year. They have the Freedom Train coming out by Bachman. They have a set coming out, and I'm really tempted to buy, even though I can't even run the locomotive on this track because the 44, 49 wouldn't even fit on these tracks because they're really tight curves. Then they have a Grand Canyon train set, which I can run on this track, which I'm considering getting too, and they have number 29 on that set. That'd be really cool to have as well. How do I pull the chat back up? I don't know how to get the chat to come back. There we go. No, I've never been to the B&O Railroad Museum. That would be another cool place to visit, though. And the Henry Ford Museum would be really cool as well. Oh, and I guess the Huckleberry Railroad, they have a K-27 running there. And they have a 460, I think, like a U.S. Army 460 running too. But I think the K-27 is currently being rebuilt right now. Pennsylvania. So the railroad that I lived near. Let's see. The original railroad I lived near, or still live near, was originally called the Grand Rapids in Indiana. They got bought out by the Pennsylvania in 1918 and became Pennsylvania. Then it became the horrifically failed Penn Central, and then the whole railroad just went bust. We don't talk about the Penn Central here. Western Maryland would be pretty neat too. These are a lot of railroads, but I'm probably not going to visit even half of the railroads that are being listed or the ones I've even mentioned just because of money reasons and time constraints. It would be funny seeing a GS4 running on this layout, but it won't run on these tracks, so I can guarantee it'll come flying off the curves and then it'll just crash into this river right here. Actually, this river, I'm really happy with how that river came out, too. This is my first time trying to do water like that. Penn Central. Conrail. I remember Conrail. Penn Central Lantern. Oops. I'm going to try and put some more Durango and Silverton cars on this train. Hopefully it won't cause an accident. This locomotive wheel slips like crazy when you put more than a few cars on it. White Pass and Yukon's really nice too. But that would be very expensive to get to Alaska from the continental United States. Alright, I'm going to try and stop the train. Alright, now I'm going to try and... Whoops, I just knocked into something off the table. Oh well. We're going to put some open-air tourist cars on. You get back on that siding. I recently had a project where I bought a bunch of... they had on sale a bunch of tourist and passenger figures on Train World. So I put a bunch of little people in the open-air passenger cars just so they didn't look super empty going by. I have to do that to all these cars still. I've only got one started, really. Oof. Come on, get on there. Mantua. Bumblebee scheme. I like the Rio Grande's Bumblebee scheme a lot. If you nobody has been able to tell that so far. I'm going to try and move the camera around a bit. Oops. Hopefully the train won't have any wheel spin. There's Dutch Vanderlyn and Javier Escuela. Let's do a different angle now. We've been running the train at the same angle as this river for the entire stream. Let's try right here. Burlington Northern was a pretty neat railroad livery too. This stream is probably only going to last a few more minutes though, because my phone's about to die. I got about 5 more minutes before I got to end the stream. I just wanted to do a quick little stream just because I figured why not. I haven't done one in a while. Burlington. Oh, the CB&Q, that's a good one too. I thought you were talking about the Burlington Northern for some reason. I'm going to put on another 260. We're going to have a double header, I think. Actually, speaking of Burlington, the CB&Q, I'm pretty sure the whistle that's on this locomotive I'm running right now is I think it's a Burlington 3 chime that I have equipped on the 60 right now. Locomotives, I think I have around 10 to 15 right now. I've been selling a bunch of them. I haven't really kept up the count, but I think around 10 to 15 locomotives, and I have no idea, probably over 50, 60 cars at this point. The Southern Pacific Daylight is a fantastic engine. I think that would be a pretty cool set to get. It's a very iconic locomotive. All right. I'm going to change out the cars real quick. And I'm going to get another locomotive on the line. Arthur Morgan and Valentine. Actually, there's Arthur Morgan right there. There's Arthur Morgan. See if I want to get a first-person view for this train ride right now. I can just get the camera down there. All right. And I forgot I gotta get those other cars on the train. I don't know what I'm doing. Hopefully this caboose doesn't come uncoupled again. There we go. And I am back. What did I miss? I missed. The Athearn 280 would be nice to have the. That's what actually I want to do. I have a brass model of Sierra Railway 24 here. I have this brass model here of Sierra 24, which is almost the exact same as Sierra Railway 28. And what I would like to do with this is turn it into number 28 and get it running. But since it's a brass model, like many brass models, it's pretty much a piece of garbage when running. I would like to take all this running gear and put it on an Athearn 280 because the driver sizes are actually the exact same. But, that would involve me disassembling this entire valve gear thing and having to redo it onto an Athearn locomotive. Oops. We have to put this engine into a consist. Where's the other 260? All right, we're going to do a Silverton doubleheader. Yes, I still have the train from Back to the Future number 3. I can run that a loop or two before I turn the stream off. My favorite Rio Grande narrow gauge locomotive. I like the K36 class a great deal, but I also like Rio Grande Southern 20. I forgot I didn't sync these two locomotives. Yeah, sadly, K4, in regards to the K4, brass does not have very good running qualities more often than not. Which is a shame because they're usually very beautiful locomotives, but they are very much a product of their time and they do not run very well. I'm going to have to program both of these to run at the same speed. My brass locomotive, I think, is probably from the 70s or 80s. Most of them are from that time period. I think it was made by Sunset Models. Which is weird because it has an actual can motor in it. You very rarely see can motors in brass locomotives. So you would think it would run well, but it doesn't run at all now. Yeah, I've heard a lot of issues with brass. I mean, they look superb, and they're pretty much almost entirely unrivaled in detail. But by God, are they just awful runners? See if I can do this. There we go. Now we can see a bit more of the trains running. Yes, there are 2 grade crossings here. There's a grade crossing right there, and there's a grade crossing right there by the station. And the only reason that there's no cross bucks or any signage is because there is none in the video game of Red Dead Redemption, so I just left them off to be accurate to the video game. Grand Theft Auto 5 would be sweet if somebody did a model of the GTA 5 railway. I think they actually make custom decal sets for the diesel locomotive, the Go Loco train. The paint, are you talking about the backdrop? The backdrop I got from a seller on eBay. They have a ton of them, like a bunch of different scenes. Yeah, I saw Heiss's video and he just like annihilated the GTA 5 railroad because it's not even remotely close to being realistic at all. It's incredibly cursed. It's really weird in that game. They have troublesome trucks in Grand Theft Auto 5. I think it's like near the chicken slaughterhouse in the map in the game. There's like British troublesome trucks just parked on the siding for some reason. It's nice seeing you, James. I hope you have a good evening. We're gonna run. I got to get going in a second here too. I'll have one more train run, and I gotta get off myself. Blech. I'm gonna run Sierra 3, and then that'll be the end of the stream. All right. Oops. Where's number 3 hiding on me? Pilot truck isn't on the rails. Oh, I should have put this thing on the straight section of track. There we go. Now the... Ah! All right, number 3's on the rails. We got a sighting some of these Durango cars. There we go. And when I was taking them off the layout. Give the Durango and Silverton a break. Been running them nonstop for the past week. Let's see, should we run a freight or passenger train with CR3? Usually I'm running passenger trains with it. I've done something like that before, Chessie. What was it? Except I didn't have a tender turnaround something. I've done something funny like that assembling trains before, though. I can't remember what, though. Where's Sheriff Malloy? He's over there somewhere. I can't get the camera over there, but he's over at the sheriff's office. Mixed diesel locomotives. I have one diesel at the moment, but I'm going to get another one. I'm going to get a Rio Grande center cab soon. Freight and mix. I'll do a mixed train. I'll do a heavy freight train with like a combine or something at the end of it. What other freight cars can I tack onto this train? I never use this coach. All right, where's number 3 at? Put the cord on. I've done that before. I've put the connector piece on these the old Tycos. This one doesn't have it anymore because it's been upgraded. But the regular Tycos have this connector piece that I put on wrong multiple times, and it won't screw back on properly unless it's on the right way. I've done that multiple times on the old ones. So Chessie, the reason why the dynamo turned on but the light was already on was because when I had Michael from Red Oak Trains upgrade this for me, he couldn't get the headlight, the original. I forgot how he explained it to me, but he had to hardwire. I think something about the light had to be okay. My brain's like falling apart trying to remember this. Hold on. So Michael told me when he had to do the headlight, it had to be permanently wired to be on all the time because he couldn't get the weight out of the locomotive to run a wire back to the decoder or something like that. And so I think the light is like, it's just always on because that's the way it could, that was the only way to have a working light because of this weight was in the way. He couldn't run the wire back properly. I'd have to ask him again exactly what it was that caused this to be a problem. But yeah, that's just the way this engine is. The light's always on because he couldn't run the wire through the boiler because the weight was glued in by whoever owned the model before me. Wow, my brain like broke trying to remember that. That was horrible. DR and I think this is a pretty close to what the actually that five. Oops, the engine's slipping. What's going on here? Hold on. We have a crisis on our hands. This number 3 is stuck. I think this might be too much weight for the engine. She's slipping. Anyway, it's going. So the engine's, what is this? A Nathan 5 chime, which is very close to what the Sierra 3 actually wears. The Rio Grande one, I think that was on like 480. What is it, like 483 or 484? They have a 5 chime on one of those engines. It sounds very similar to number 3's. It's also a 5 chime. But no, this is a Nathan 5 chime programmed onto it right now. And that would be cool to have steam effects on this model, or any model really, that had the steam coming out of the cylinders like that. All right. This is going to be, I'm going to pull the train up and stop it, and this is going to be the end of the stream once the train gets back because my phone's about to die. $484. I thought it was $484. I couldn't remember which engine had that 5 chime on it. Here comes number 3. All right, and with that, I think that's going to be the end of the stream. I appreciate everyone who joined tonight. I wasn't really planning to do this stream at all, but I hadn't streamed in a couple weeks, so I figure why not? Something's better than nothing. All right, I hope you all have a good night, and thanks for watching the stream. I'll do another one at some point soon, and there'll be more information on the K4 thing coming out this week as well. Hope you all have a good night.